When we understand that time and space is relative and intention and frequency, we get what we're doing because we understand that our consciousness is across all of that here and now, whether it is timelines, with like parallel ones, whether we can jump and go higher, or the past that hopefully we've closed down by now, all those ones where we call past, the old stuff that we have come into this life to condense within the rigged system and come back to our whole self here and now. And so when we come to the time and space and our consciousness within that reality, we see that we are so much more than 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 what we are in the contained consciousness. So we've talked about the contained consciousness and the ceilings within that. And we've found that we are more than that. We see the delusions and we still need to let go of those things. We've all got barriers and conceptions within that have been implanted within us, right? And whether that be through this life or path, through society, through literally being put in us through MK Ultra or any trauma that we've gone through drugs, that take away our abilities, that we let take away. So what I'm getting to is we're allowing it. And so it's not a matter of saying, well, this happened to me. It's a matter of overpowering it. And that's where we can use the analogy of the artificial world in this one and say that, well, I'm rebooting myself. I'm coming back to my original template, my original blueprint, the truth of who I am, and bypassing all of the programs and the delusions and the trauma and the interference within my consciousness and my physical body, my mental body, my emotional body, and coming back to who we truly are, right? And so this is why this is such a progress, and we've been at it for decades. And yet we're coming to a time where we are elevating our consciousness so greatly that we need to let go of things on a greater scale. Whereas this is where I'm getting at when we walk away, because we're now thinking so differently. In this artificial world, I can't be not truthful anymore. And it just doesn't work, does it? It just doesn't resonate with us anymore. We are truth. And we see through the bullshit and we see through ourselves so much so that we're living in this pretending reality. And we've had to do that because otherwise, it's been really hard to see people, willingly do what they do in the medical industry and all the rest of it, And being honest and true with ourselves is coming to that point where we're saying, well, we're not taking on board any of that stuff anymore, right? And we don't take on board that stuff. It's not who we are and not what we came to do. And so when we see it for what it is, and we can see that it is just an illusion, even though that some people may say, oh, we can't let go of the interference that's happened on a medical level or on what they did to us in through MK and things like that. It's not true. We are so much more powerful than their games, and we know that that's the only thing that they want us not to know, right? And so when we look at the contained reality and consciousness that is the earth plane, and we see ourselves within it, and I like to see it as the spiral of May. So it goes out. So I'm here as Billie, and yet I am also all my other entities, all my other races that I have experienced, that am experiencing, and all those other powerful lifetimes that I've experienced in the physical. I am all those beings, and I'm all that consciousness here and now. And when I allow myself to let go of the programs and the bullshit that I've held on to within all of my fields of being in this reality, I have access to all of that. And that's where we come down to the molecular level of all that is, that who we are, and how we can then start to play within telekinesis and teleportation and telepathy and everything else that we can do in a way that it is, like healing, and we have to be gentle with that because it does take time to let go of those aspects within ourselves. And I've been taught that. And I realize, I've been doing fight or flight all my life. It started very early, the interference, and so it is this this gentle progress, and I have to be gentle with my physical body because we know we're still in this physical reality, right? And so it is what it is. And it is us holding on to that consciousness and being it, embodying it, and allowing what is not that to be dissolved within it, to transform into the powerful essence that we are. And as we walk this path together, wow, right? Thank you so much for being here, and I welcome all of my new friends, and I look forward to meeting you and exploring this new way of being in playing the new game in this reality. With love, until soon.